This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/Spotify.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
In that cash talk, walk in the booth like Naomi on the catwalk, and tell them bitches whoop whoop from the Jaguar. It ain't even right though. Push me and I might go. She ain't getting money. I'm like, what the fuck the hype for? When them bitches bite flow, make my appetite go poof. Gone, voila, magic. Looking mad good just to pull up on them brand band.
Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Immoral. I am Jamila.
And I am Mecca.
Let's get straight into the business. You know, when you live in America, you're never really alone. There's always a white person.
Not really far behind. Trying to bring you down, huh?
How exhausting it must be. You know, it's interesting though, like of all the years and all the generations of Blackness, even though we experience so many different types of evil, we all still manage to have a good time and laugh it off and be able to kind of just maneuver. It's kind of a superpower.
Another Sinners reference on the horizon? Even with trauma and terror, we find ways to have fun?
We will still be up in that Jew joint shaking ass despite whatever the fuck is going on. You know. And well, yes, actually. Exactly. I identify with that. Because fuck, what do you want us to do? Goddamn cry every goddamn day? I can't.
I mean, they're talking about taking people's money to pay back student loans all at once.
And it's just like, well, how about try it if you will? I don't even think you're going to even be able to do that. It's not going to work. Like, it's interesting. Every time they try to do something so outrageous, it kind of starts backfiring. And it's interesting because while on one end, I'm definitely like anxious about this administration because a lot of the things that they're trying to do is like literally unconstitutional. Not even, it's anti-constitutional.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of the shit is just not going to work. So it's just like, I'm kind of just waiting for y'all to like self-implode because it's like, y'all niggas are stupid. Like, that doesn't even make fucking sense.
Yeah, I think with everything we've seen in the very short, like, what are we, 6 months into this presidency? I don't know. I know we have another 4 years. I know that people are panicking. I feel like our parents lived through Ronald Reagan.
Let me tell you something. The biggest devil we've experienced in real life is Ronald Reagan and his dick-sucking ass wife. So I fear...
I'm trying to figure out how to phone Nancy Reagan and ask her how to properly give neck. Because you know how we'll have to call hell to get that advice. I will not be down there. I'm going to have to dial in, unfortunately.
She clearly, you know, while she was worried about the war on drugs, she needed to be trying to figure out how to get some knee pads while she was sucking everybody off in the Oval Office. That's what she should have been focused on.
They said she was sucking everyone off in old Hollywood, allegedly, though.
Well... couldn't have been that good if you were still wrapped up with Ronald Reagan.
Well, oop. So I just feel like, you know, if you think about the 80s, which when we look at American history, not even just Black American, obviously things affect us way more when things are bad in general. But the 80s was a hard decade for America. Like we just referenced this a couple episodes ago. Not only did we have the crack epidemic, we had the AIDS epidemic, both largely ignored by the administration, Reagan, until the end, until the war on drugs, quote unquote. But the AIDS epidemic is notoriously known for being ignored by the Reagan administration. You had the disappearance of the middle class with this fuck-ass idea of trickle-down economics. What the fuck was that? Fuck was that?
Which is insane because Ronald Reagan, what's interesting is when you look at Republicans today, they uphold Ronald Reagan as one of their saviors, right? He is the prime example of a Republican politician, which is why you should know that being a Republican is the closest thing you can be to the devil himself. Because why the fuck would you ever try to emulate Ronald Reagan when he has literally uprooted everything about this country?
I mean,
the reason we are trying to pay back this fucking student debt now is because of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
This was not a concept before his fucking administration. Like, this is insane.
You know, he also supplied our enemies with weapons, ignored what the fuck Saddam Hussein had going on, inadvertently helped create Al-Qaeda. Like, the list literally goes on. The list literally goes on with Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
All while
Let me do a quick little plug.
Allegedly having dementia. So Nancy Reagan was really running
Nancy, bitch, get off of your knees because we know you was doing that shit too, bitch. Quick little plug. If you guys want a real in-depth analysis of just how fucked up Ronald Reagan is, check out the podcast, what is it called? Redacted History with Andre.
Andre, he's really Redacted good. History. He's really good at doing the deep dives.
Podcast, and he has one specifically dedicated to the fuckery that is Ronald Reagan. He gave you the educational read. We're going to give you the ignorant read because we're just niggas in America who face the, retribution of said Ronald Reagan. But yes, let's continue.
Every nigga is a star. That's where I wanted to start. That's where I want to start off. Every nigga is a star. No thanks to Ronald Reagan. So before we get into this, I want to say we will survive Donald Trump because our forefathers survived Ronald Reagan. And yes, much like in the 90s, we came out on the other end with some chinks in our armor. But I mean, look at what happened after Ronald Reagan. We got like some of the best art ever.
Hello.
Hip hop flourished. Hello? TV flourished.
Hello.
Black America flourished. And we got the blackest time in media on TV, if you think about that. And everything has a cause and effect. The pendulum is constantly swinging. What we're going to see, like, the country is going so far towards being so white and conservative. But the thing is, it's too many motherfuckers in America who are not white and not men who are not going to benefit from the policies and the things that are attempting to be put in place by this administration. That by the end of this, you're going to see a pendulum swing again.
Yes. Because one thing, as a people, we are super resilient. Like, not even trying to be like super corny and like, like hoorah, hoorah. But like, you have to really look at it like historically speaking. Those troubled times like create a lot of art and resurgence and things. We always talk about recession indicator. Even when you look at the Bush administration, Bush and Reagan are arguably two of the worst presidents we've had in history yet. And still, pop culture wise, some of the best decades, some of the best eras in pop culture, because hard times, sad, tired people create really magical and amazing art and pop culture moments. It just happens that way. So now, where we're currently dropping into a fucking recession, Cold War, whatever the fuck else we're into, baby, we just got sinners.
I'm saying, it's like, are you guys not seeing it? There's a reason the Roaring 20s was the Roaring 20s. We had just left up out of World War I. There's a reason that the 50s and 60s for music, and we saw the creation of television and the network was so fucking lit because we had just came out of World War II. There's a reason y'all are obsessed with the early 2000s. We had just survived fucking 9/11.
And 2 Bush administrations. Fuck. We started to just say, I don't give a fuck.
Hip hop was born during the Reagan administration.
We would literally not have the evolution of gangster rap transitioning into what we have now without the fuckery of the war on fucking drugs.
Because shout out to Flavor Flav. I know everyone only knows. And that's why Angela's old ass dated read was so funny when she called Shamia Flavor Flav and they were trying to make it a colorism thing. And it was like, no, that was a really old reference. Flavor Flav is known for being the best hype man, but they were conscious rappers during the Reagan administration.
Hello? Clock into the Public Enemy.
Clock into Public Enemy. Niggas with attitude was called niggas with attitude for a reason.
Hello? straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucking name Ice
Cube.
Cube. Like, yeah, let's get into the history of hip hop.
With struggle.
Shout out to Deontay.
Do the knowledge, nigga.
Do the knowledge,
nigga.
Damn. I'm telling you, the 80s is such like, I want so much content from the 80s. If you know people in your life that lived through the 80s, just ask them questions. My daddy told me that niggas was doing cocaine like they do weed now. Shit like that. I need to know that type of information. I need to know that. I wanna know, and I wanna hear the stories of our past generations and how they were getting by, because that's exactly what the fuck is going on now. The only thing that's changed is the people in power and the medium in which we express. Back in the day, they had records. Frickin'. Baby, now we got Spotify.
Well,
dude, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think, I pray Ryan makes the choice to create a Sinners universe, but I really don't think that Ryan is the only great art that we're going to see during this administration.
Oh, for sure.
I think he himself is going to drop some great shit, but we're going to see a lot of great shit from a lot of Black people, because that's just the way this shit works, unfortunately.
We get inspired through pain. And it's funny because another Sinners reference, because I'm trapped in it right now. There was a part that I wanted to acknowledge, and I talked about it in my review analysis. If you haven't checked it out, check it out now.
Plug.
On my YouTube channel. There was a point in the movie where Delta Slim is recalling a story about his friend being lynched. And right after, he starts to hum. And what I said was, you have to acknowledge that is the epicenter. That is the development of blues right there. Blues came from talking about the struggles, talking about the pure pain. And that's why blues sounds the way that it sounds. That's why it's so incredibly soulful. So even when we talk about the music inspiration, the films, the fashion, the pop culture, all of the things that we contribute to, a lot of it starts with pain, because pain can be such an incubator for success. I fear.
And if you want to get a churchy reference, because I'm gonna take it there. There's a difference between Black and white church and what we in the Black church called being oily. What do you think being oily is? There is no testimony without a what? A test. All of them runs, all of that singing from your gut. Where does that come from? And why are white? Why is, what is it called? The Christian contemporary. Contemporary. Our Father.
They don't need God immediately. They think of God as like their friend in the sky that they speak to every now and again. God, Black people's relationship with God is
you are.
Immediate.
It's who you are. Like, and I'm loved by him. That has no cool. I let it. There's no urgency in that.
There's no urgency there. And it's funny because I think Kevin Sage did a bit about this in his stand-up.
He did.
Like when you go to Black people's church, you talk like, I need you now.
Lord, I need you now. I need
that
you
nigga
right now.
Not a second.
Or another minute.
Not another minute, God damn it.
Not an hour or even a day. Okay, Smokey. Mind you,
there's such a level of urgency.
Smokey Norfolk. Talk about it. Old.
There is no coincidence that a lot of our greatest, a lot of our greatest artists come from some of the most horrific backgrounds. Y'all never seen the movie Ray? Oh. That nigga was damn near born a slave.
Yeah.
But my God, his music transcends. Oh. I got a woman way over down, and that's good to me. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something about Ray Charles.
Listen.
Okay?
And Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles.
There was pain that he brought up into those stories. That's why you can tell the difference between somebody who's been through it and ain't really with a voice alone.
We're going to take a break.
And we're back.
Hold up, pause, talk about it. You know, just to take it back to that conversation that people like to have about suburban blacks. And when suburban blacks like to cosplay, like you know why it's not hitting? Because that's not your struggle. And to take it a step further, we can hate on it, but why was Aubrey so successful? Because that nigga came out and said, listen, my daddy ain't shit either, but I was living in my mama's basement and we was I was on Degrassi, but I just want to sing y'all a little tune. You can show your struggle and still be yourself. Hello.
You absolutely can.
That nigga said, boo-hoo, sad story, Black American dad story, and it's a bunch of niggas from the hood, the suburbs, and all in between who got that. He didn't have to act like he was a fake-ass hood nigga. He didn't start doing that until 10 years into his tenure, and I don't know why the fuck he started doing it. And it instantly became, Aubrey,
that's not you.
That ain't even how you act, okay? Stop.
Who is this for? Like, who is you talking to? Like, we don't know you, nigga.
Heartbreak Drake?
Right.
The man who likes to talk to girls? And tell us how they hurt his feelings? And how they don't want him because he's not a hood nigga? And bitches told you was never gonna be Trey Songz? And bitch, who would want to be Trey Songz at this point?
Yeah.
Shit.
Hello? Let history tell it, baby.
Well.
One thing about it, I'm going, and you got to rock when you hum.
It adds to the harmonizing. Ooh, don't let somebody have a tambourine. I feel like, you know how they say all black people could sing? And I don't think all black people could sing. I just think black people... Oh, you don't want me to speak.
Let me tell you. Let me be the first to tell you. All you niggas cannot sing. I be hearing it. I be like, oh, that's off. But a lot of us can hold a note.
And that's what we can hold, and we know how to harmonize because naturally, especially if you're like churchy, me and Jamila just got up here humming. We ain't practiced this shit, you know. But if we were more honest about all black people not being able to sing, I think rhythm and blues would be in such a different way right now.
And in this essay, I will. Rhythm and blues has taken on many different meanings. We're in an interesting crossroads right now with the genre of rhythm and blues. And I think that people are really trying so hard to not deviate when they need to. I think it's perfectly okay to have a different section in the R&B category because that's what's happening. All you niggas ain't neo soul, and that's okay. But we can't, because if I'm on my Spotify neo soul playlist, some of them artists shouldn't pop up. No shade or disrespect. I wasn't trying to listen to Summer Walker. I was trying to listen to Jill Scott. It's just a difference. That's all I'm saying.
They're categorizing Summer Walker as neo soul?
It came up in my shuffle for neo soul. I put neo soul radio. I said, now that ain't neo or soul. No
and you
shade
know
to my good sister Summer.
And isn't this an issue with the Grammys? Just because you're black, they want to put you in the R&B category. Bitch, this is pop.
Jesus.
This is pop.
We need to reconfigure these categories. We need to understand how to place certain genres. Of music.
Funny little concept,
my God,
aren't they?
Aren't they? Shout out to the cowboy called her. Because my God, y'all just be throwing any type of nigga up in there. Nigga, R&B. Nigga, hip hop. Wait a minute.
Why is Burna Boy coming up on the R&B playlist? He sampled Tony Braxton.
Sense.
Don't mean it's R&B because he sampled Tony Braxton.
Make sense.
And to hear that nigga tell it, this is Afro fusion. This ain't even motherfucking Afro beats.
Dare I say, it's one thing Nicki Minaj ate on. Ooh. Maybe I can get the barbs back on my side. I'm with you sometimes, sisters.
Got that super bag.
Sisters.
Because that sure did
Sometimes
sound
I'm
like,
there with you.
that sure did sound like them Katy Perry songs, them Gaga songs from 2010. It was sort of all been in the same category.
I'm with y'all when y'all right, Barbs. I'm with y'all when y'all right.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we need to change the way we categorize some of these
Much
songs.
like a broken clock, Nicki is right twice a day.
Do be.
She be right sometimes.
Do be.
For real.
With her little crazy self.
I used to love
Let me
me
tread
some,
lightly.
I used to love me some Queen Radio. You think Harriet Tubman was eating her fucking rice? Because why was Harriet Tubman eating rice, Nikki? Where we even get that from?
You know, I love how chaotic she is, you know, because for me, I love anybody who is so authentically themselves that it's like, it's almost hard to replicate. Like there's nobody that could do Nicki without obviously trying to be like Nicki. You know what I mean? So like anybody who has that in them, like I'm always going to have a soft spot for them in that way. Cause it's like, I don't, nigga, you bitch, you know, you fucking crazy. And you know what? Stand in that. You know what I'm saying? Cause anybody who tries to get up here and bitch, we know they trying to eat off Nicki. We know that. So it's like, you ate that one little, you ate that one little. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of bitches can't do what you do. And that's tea.
I feel like motherfuckers need to be okay with getting caught. You a little crazy. Huh?
And can I just say that I don't think that it's ableist to call somebody crazy. As somebody who people can call crazy, I think I can speak on that.
Listen, I see where that thought comes from. If you wouldn't want to be ableist, I would say it's okay to call somebody a little kooky, a little quirky.
We can change the verbiage all we want. Cuckoo, crazy, nuts, crazy, bitch, you're crazy. Yeah. And it's okay. It doesn't mean, I think that sometimes I think that when we try to over-intellectualize our lives,
a good word,
and the way that we communicate colloquially, we are therefore thus as such whitewashing the way regardless of. Therefore, mind you, I think that there is a case to be made about the way in which we are watering down our colloquial languages. And me saying that's one crazy ass motherfucker, that's not me being ableist. That's me participating in blackness. You can't, you debate me, you anti-black. Shut the fuck up. Well, see how I did that there? Sometimes we can, you know what I'm saying? See how I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just think that we need to be willing to bend a little bit. Just to be able to bend. Yeah. It's cool. We cool.
You know what, Jamila? I think you did say a good word in terms of, especially like apps on TikTok, us over-intellectualizing and trying to use too many words. Thus, therefore, coming off very condescending. Trying to sound smart when you could break it on down. And I say that
shit
as someone who has a dad who did not graduate high school and a mom who has multiple degrees. You can say anything in layman's terms. And for those who don't know what layman's terms means, you can say anything regular, simply, so that the average man can understand.
And let me just say this one other thing there. It actually makes you seem a lot more smart when you're able to break that shit the fuck down. If you can teach any motherfucker in this world some crazy ass fucking concept, you just might be the smartest bitch. Not the bitch who using all the big words and can't dumb it the fuck down. Cause really that just means you memorizing shit. Bitch, you don't really know it, do you? Oh, got your ass. And, you don't really know it, bitch.
And I fear not to delve or dive back into this bag. I fear this is where the leftists lost a lot of people. See, all the big words. And like, what was that lady right after the election? I fear that's where Trump got a lot of people. One thing people do not want to feel is stupid. That's anybody. And the moment you start talking to people like they're stupid, and I'm just going to say this, I don't know if y'all realize it on platforms like TikTok, when you're making videos, maybe someone did not go to college or they're not as degreed up as you. In your tone and in your tenor and your attempt to use big words, because even as an educated woman, I can tell when you adding words and putting flowery language in it, it's not needed. We can all tell. And even a bitch who didn't go to college can tell that. And matter of fact, you see, but when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, this bitch doing a whole but someone someone who didn't go to college gonna take it as condescending. Bitch, you think I'm dumb? And the thing is, so many people are not actually dumb. I don't necessarily think that, and again, this comes from my own experience. My parents were smart in different ways. My mother is smart as a whip. She is not street smart worth a damn. And I'm say that with love. My father didn't go past high school, stopped helping me with my homework when I was in second grade. Very street smart, head on a swivel, can look at someone and tell, oh, he finna scam you, move the fuck up out the way. See, there are different skills that make people intelligent in different ways. And if people could understand that, you could speak to the masses. Because you're not going to get everybody using big words. Bitch, I don't want to hear you use big words all damn time either.
Hello?
Not doing
and
that.
I think that here's the thing that happens all the time. And I can recognize it and I can spot it from a mile away because, again, been there. I can call a spade because, bitch, I've been a spade before. Sometimes when you are fresh off the table and you just learned a term, you just learned some shit, you be excited to tell somebody about it. And so what tends to happen is you start to get so fucking excited, bitch, you want to let everybody know you so smart, bitch. I learned about intersectionality. But then you use it incorrectly. Oop, got you. Oh, bitch, you just learned that word, didn't you? Oh, you were so excited, bitch. You just learned that word. You just learned that term. You just started reading the bell hooks and you're trying to put bell hooks in real life, chapter by chapter, conversation by conversation, and it's not authentic.
Have to marinate
because you're not understanding how to dissect text and then apply it
more
needed.
Sinners, plugs. Because our comprehension, our analytical skills are in the gutter based on some of these tweets.
My God, somebody said you niggas need to go back to watching Power.
And that was going to be my next example. I was like, why do you think Power is so successful? It's very simple. Why do you think Beyond the Gates and soap operas were so successful? Because they're so simple. The dialogue's not. Why do you think Tyler Perry's so goddamn successful? The dialogue is easy to understand. This is actually part of the reason Tyler Perry repeats a lot of his dialogue. So that you get the message, so that even though you don't have to be 1,000% paying attention, you don't have to be the most educated motherfucker, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but you know, where is my sister? They killed my wife. God damn it.
Private road.
Private fucking road.
On the private road? On the private road? You mean on the private road?
God damn it.
I was going down the private road.
God damn it.
We're going to take a break. And we're back. Well, we say all that to say, Ronald Reagan, I hope you're rotting in hell.
I don't hope, I know.
Because, baby, the way you handle the HIV/AIDS crisis alone should have you strung and skinned alive and burned at the stake. Because it's actually diabolical. It's insane.
I mean, yeah. I truly don't think that we as current times and people who were not alive during the AIDS epidemic can even conceptualize how many people were lost. I know that we lived through COVID, and I think that that's the closest that we'll ever come to.
For sure.
Because the way that the hospitals were filled up,
especially considering we also had a fucked up administration during that time. So we definitely had a parallel.
Yeah. So I'm not going to, I think, the AIDS epidemic was so elongated. Like, imagine that we're 5 years post-COVID. We're not completely out of COVID because now we know we have different strands, all these different things. But that moment where there were no hospital beds, where they were fast-tracking, graduating bitches out the nursing school. I personally know a couple girls who got fast-tracked and didn't even have to do a whole bunch of shit that usually nurses got to do. Because the nurses were like, we can't do this. They needed people X, Y, and Z. And that happened for such a short amount of time. Think that's going on for a decade.
Yeah. Insane.
Nonstop.
And I want to touch on something because this is something I've thought about. And I haven't heard too many people talk about this point specifically. And it'll kind of tie into what we can talk about now, as in just being safe. So what made the AIDS epidemic so harmful because of the administration is once the administration realized that it was sexually transmitted and that a lot of people in the gay community, specifically gay men, had higher rates of transmission, they didn't give a fuck, right? It was like, well, shouldn't be gay type shit, right? And so they were not handling it appropriately. But I want to talk about why it kind of was having a higher transmission rate amongst gay men specifically. When we talk about sexual health, we have to think about how sexual health has never really been talked about appropriately, because even when we talk about the use of condoms, a lot of times the use of condoms was told as pregnancy prevention alone. Think about that when you're talking about gay men, when pregnancy prevention is not something that was necessary, right?
Right.
I.e., a lot of condoms was not being used,
Yeah.
right? And so the conversation about safe sex needs to be more expansive. Now, present day, we know that condoms can absolutely help prevent from other STDs and STIs. However, commonly spoken, condoms are used to prevent babies. And that's the only way that we talk about it. And so when we think about, think back to the 80s where sex health was, those weren't conversations being had in school. You know what I'm saying? They weren't, only thing they were talking about was don't have no babies at 15. That was always the only conversation. Even
don't
then
have
it
no
wasn't.
babies out of wedlock.
You know what I'm
real,
saying? Like the
honest.
conversations were not appropriate. They were not educational. It was just all about shunning. There was never any sex positive conversations, especially considering you're talking about, the gay community. They were just trying to exile those people, from mainstream. They for fuck sure didn't want to talk about sexual health and preservation in the gay community. So then we have this disease that is kind of running rampant and don't have no type of control because there's not adequate representation in the sex health realm. And so now we have a fucked up administration.
Another time.
Who didn't give a damn, was not putting forth money to help. It was through grassroots and local nonprofits, honestly, that really helped save lives through the AIDS epidemic.
Think of the celebrities who were affected, because motherfuckers been gay in Hollywood since its inception. You had people, Rock Hudson died from AIDS during the 80s. Elizabeth Taylor, his close friend, became a big advocate. Princess Diana, Michael Jackson. You had, was a young man, Ryan, who got it from a blood transfusion at school.
Eazy-E died.
Eazy-E. And then Magic Johnson. When you start seeing AIDS can hit, we're seeing the Black community, but like hetero cis men, obviously.
Now we want to have a conversation.
Okay. Catch it. Catch it.
Interesting.
It can get you too. So, be safe. My whole thing is safe sex is great sex. Make sure that you are getting tested every 3 months or after you go raw. Okay? It's imperative. Don't be out here fucking everybody raw. Everybody don't. I know y'all want to feel. I know you want to feel some walls.
I know you want to feel. Go get the Trojan Thins.
I mean, there are so many advancements with condoms at this point that, you could still feel that pulse. if you really want to.
Yeah. Like we have to just start to be better, because at some point we do have to talk about the self-accountability that comes with contracting sexually transmitted illnesses and diseases.
Yeah, I think nobody wants to victim blame, but once you're in that situation, it simply becomes self-preservation. Yeah. And self-preservation is done by who? Self. So it is oneself. I can't go get tested for you. I can't take the medication for you. I can't do any of this for you. You have to do that for yourself. And that's like a lot of things, it seems, the accountability aspect.
Yeah. We have to do what we can to protect ourselves. And of course, when things happen, figure out how to fix that thing and go about your day. It's also not a situation where you need to feel like it's the end of the world. If you, come to a situation and you contract an STI, go to the doctor. And here's the thing. You should be catching it early because you're supposed to be getting tested regularly, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So if you somehow contract an STI, go to the doctor, get your meds, and go about your day. Because as we stand right now, all of the things have some sort of medication, treatment, or something. Even if it's quote unquote uncurable, like an HIV type of shit, there is treatment.
Complications from HIV leads to AIDS. And HIV is a virus that, if gone untreated, can lead to AIDS. So if you were to get a virus like any virus, what do you go do? Go to the doctor and get your medication.
Absolutely. And there's also ways now to kind of help prevent. A lot of gay men have already been tapped into PrEP, but it's not just available for gay men. It's available for any and everybody who is able to get access to it.
Get on goddamn PrEP too.
Yeah, like let's go ahead and start opening those conversations, especially if you're somebody who is non-monogamous and don't necessarily see yourself going towards that in any way. You should probably be double protected in any way possible. So yeah, do those things. It's really important because, we lost a lot of people from the HIV/AIDS epidemic, and we really didn't need to. Of course, a lot of that is to blame with the administration. It's really sickening when you think about it. Actually, my uncle, my mom's brother, died from complications of AIDS, I think in 1991. So he contracted in the 80s. And I remember my mom telling me that when he contracted it, it was still so new to everybody. Like nobody really knew what the fuck this shit was, right? Think early COVID, similar to that. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody really knew how it was necessarily contracted. And my grandmother was taking care of him. He had ended up moving back home. My grandmother was taking care of him. And because nobody else wanted to really be around. Because again,
it was the gay cancer. We didn't
only
really
your
know.
mama would. Exactly.
At that point
and so she ended up getting like his own set of like utensils and plates and things, and just kind of separating certain things so that she could, protect herself. Of course, again, this was before y'all get to type, and this is before anybody knew all the details about, how to contract and things like that. So that was something that like my family had to experience and see firsthand. And none of my siblings even met him because he died so early on, and he had such a life that we don't know about. And we talk about it all the time because it's so surreal, because finding out that, he was into at least into drag. At the most, he was possibly a trans woman. We don't know, because there's a lot that we don't know about, his life and what, transpired before he contracted HIV. And my siblings, who are both gay, y'all know, we talk about that all the time. Like, what could that have done for them to have a relative so close being out? And what could that have changed for their essentially sexual awakening, essentially? And what could having access to that person, what could that have done for their life instead? And we talk about that all the time. And we can just talk about that in general for the general public. What could we have seen differently if we had all of our gay brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles still here, living throughout to, change history? Like I'm always interested to see how that would have been, because we lost a lot of people specifically in the queer community. Like I always think about stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's why they were talking about this at T.S. Madison Starter House opening, that being elder in the LGBTQ community is really seen as like a blessing. I mean, because you have people from this generation now who are so much older, like our parents' age, who are the grandparents' age, who most of their peers, a lot of their peers did not make it past their early 20s, their mid 20s, So you got a lot of people feeling like, and that's why I like to hear older people speak in general, not just obviously in like the LGBTQ community, but I really like to hear older, like trans women, older, and let me specify Black, okay? But, you know, I like to hear everyone talk, but I do like to hear older Black queer people speak because I feel like their stories are so powerful because they are truly from a different time. They are truly from a time where the expression that we are afforded now was really not thought of. And some of the conversations that I've seen online, even with how they express themselves to younger people, and this happens with cis people, you know, older Black people too, y'all do too much. But it's because you're saying that because you were not even given that opportunity to think to do. So you wasn't thinking about the too much. So us like, yeah, it's coming off pompous in a way. It's coming off like we're entitled in a way because, you know, you can't even conceptualize like that this is a possibility. And so I can just say like having older parents in a general sense, I give a lot of baby boomers grace. I give a lot of people older from a certain, you know, pre-1960 and honestly, even pre-1970, a lot of grace. Because some of the shit that they've had to deal with and see is some shit that we don't even, you know, we're the generation that grew up, even though it's not true, even though I don't really feel like that. They did tell us in school, everyone's equal. They did tell us in school, oh, you can be anything you want to be. And then we turned around within our childhoods and watched Barack Obama become president and was looking at our parents like, why is you so excited? I remember when I was in middle school, because my whole life I had been told I was equal to white. I grew up in California. I was in white classes. I was never, you know, you're fed that rhetoric. And it's not till you get older and grown that you realize, oh, that's not really, I was just trying to do the okie doke.
That perspective is everything. Like, I think about that often. I think everybody, especially around our age group, specifically remembers the election of Barack Obama and just how it occurred to our parents. Like, that was such a catalyst moment. That was such a memorable time because that's when our awareness for just how we exist in the world started to kind of really come true. And watching how invested our parents were and like almost in this like, please God, just something. Like, it was just like having that. It's like, damn, again, we talked about in the beginning of this episode, the evils of Reagan, right? So it's like, imagine our parents living through a Nixon, a Reagan, a couple of Bushes. Shit, you know, even Bill Clinton, even though he is prepped up as an amazing Democrat, Bill, we know about that crime bill. So, you know what I'm saying? There were things that our parents had to live
and justice for Monica Lewinsky.
Listen, hello. There are things that our parents lived through. And so, and just older generations in general. And so when they look at us as almost if like, you niggas had it easy, even though it doesn't feel like that to us, it's like, sometimes I look at them, but it's like, but it's because of y'all. Like, we are only here and able to do this because of y'all, even if it doesn't feel like, even if sometimes it doesn't feel like the younger generation don't be giving y'all tens. Sometimes us being in opposition to authority is the thanks to you. Sometimes us being, you know, the change and us disrupting those systems, that is our way of giving thanks and honor to y'all because y'all wasn't even able to do some shit like that. We're able to come up here and shake some shit up and be in control and kind of be in some of these boardrooms and even have the audacity in the first fucking place because we on y'all steps. We on y'all shoulders. So shit. Thank you. Thank you. Shit. That's what y'all wanted to hear. Thank you, bitch. Thank you. Thank you, auntie. Thank you, daddy. Thank you, granddaddy.
Thank you. We appreciate you, mom.
Y'all ate that.
You know.
Y'all ate them couple of things like y'all old asses.
Please.
No shade.
Please.
Okay, well, period. Let's go ahead and spin it then.
We're going to take a break.
And we're back.
Welcome to our segment, Spin It. This is where you can send your lowdown, your messy, your salacious situations to @unhingedandimoralpod@gmail.com. And Jamila and I will put a PR spin on it. So, you know, it looks good to the outside world. Now, Full disclaimer, Jamila and I are not PR professionals. We just studied communications in school, and we love giving people a little bit of advice to get out of their little pickles with their dicks. Don't forget to let us know your age, your gender, and your race. Jamila, what do we have this week?
Hi, Mecca and Jamila. I really love this podcast. I think both of you are so funny and very pretty. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I would like to apologize ahead for the grammar mistakes you're about to read. Okay, girl. Anyways, I'm 21 and I've been with my boyfriend who's 22 for almost 5 years with no breakups.
Goddamn.
Though we've made for almost 5 years with no breakups, though we've come close maybe 2 or 3 times. He's everything I want on paper. Smart, kind, well off, and we've talked about the future, and I can see myself living a very well life in that way. He can provide me with everything that I want, and I can do the same for him. But I go through stages where I get super emotionally and romantically unsatisfied, and everything about him irks me. I still enjoy spending time with him, but not as much since everything he does annoys me, and I feel like I want to break up. But it usually goes away after a bit. I think I really struggle being the one to break up because there's nothing clearly wrong. 2, whenever he's in the wrong, I do have a justification to break up with him. I am usually unable to do so because of a sort of emotional breakdown. He can be borderline emotionally abusive, manipulative. Those are my trigger words. Let me continue.
Because I was already going, you already know I was going to say leave that nigga, but hold on. I'm okay. Okay.
But he don't really mean it.
All right, baby. Okay, she's 21. She's been with him 5. She's been since she was 16, 15. Come on, finish later. Come on, finish.
And maybe that's a form of self-harm, but that's another story. Well, you said it, not me, sister. I just want to know if I should break up with him. Yes, we've been together for 5 years. We're LDR. What the fuck that mean?
LDR?
Is that distance. Mormon?
No, long distance relationship, girl.
LDR. Bitches, you Mormon?
Jamila.
Okay, my bad. All right. We've been together 5 years and we are LDR, and he's in a Muslim family. So we're only seeing each other once. Okay. So not okay. And that's 3 years in. And it feels so embarrassing on one hand because all my friends and family are like, because I'm really pretty girl. But at the same time, they respect it.
Is she Muslim?
She said he's in a Muslim family. So it's giving she not Mus.
Oh, please. This is too much.
Yeah. And to his credit, he does. He's bought me loads. What the fuck? Girl, hold on, goddamn it. I know you said some goddamn typos,
she
but
said
shit.
typos now.
Okay, well, let me go back and damn read, because, bitch, I'm confused.
She keep adding all these big details in, though.
And it feels so embarrassing on one hand, because all my friends and family are like, question mark, because I'm really a pretty girl, but at the same time, they do respect it since he seemingly treats me well. And to his credit, he does. He's bought me loads, like my first Dior bag, for example. You young bitches get on my goddamn nerves.
Let's finish the letter, Jamila,
I'm
please.
sorry.
We're not going.
You know I get frustrated, bitch. But it feels like his word is not what? It feels like his word is not able to hold up, which makes me more disappointed. And I know it's not his fault. He can't control the weather or when his university moves his exams, but it truly is demoralizing. I see it as having 2 options. Waiting till he graduates from med school in 2026, and hopefully we'll be able to see each other more often, and he'll be doing his residency, or break up and live with the fact that, number 1, I might be letting my person go, or 2, I might have wasted all this time for my skeptic friend who hated my relationship from day 1 to have been correct. I don't really know what to do, and I don't know how to spin it. This to him and my family and friends. If I were to break up with him, I really need help. Thank you for responding if you're able to. Kisses from London. Oh, London.
London girl.
Girl.
My sweet child. You have to leave that nigga.
You knew what the
you
fuck
knew he was going to say. He was not going to tell you to stay with that man.
Darling.
Oh, dear
God. So
this is rubbish. This is rubbish.
All, darling, the moment you said to me that
you sound like Dorit from the You sound like fucking Dorit right now.
Let me really fucking focus. Because my London accent low-key good, so let me really focus. The moment you realize that you were in a emotional and manipulative relationship, even if you thought that it wasn't seriously emotionally abusive, it was a little bit to you. You decided that you're kind of annoyed with him at all times of day. Everything that he does pisses you off. Pissed off.
Piss off.
Oh, pissed on that.
Bruv.
You're not in love with him. And I think that you just needed to hear me say that, darling. You're not in love with him. XO. Gossip girl.
Listen, I can't even bring myself to do the accent. Bitch, if you don't leave mandem, bitch, if you don't fucking leave mandem, first of all, there were so many red flags during this shit. And you know what's crazy? This past week, Jamila was a nice one, or Jamila was being mean and revved up, and I just feel like this is too much. You gonna drop that you in a long distance relationship in the middle meat of the. You should have led with that, young lady.
Fuck that.
Let me tell you something.
And then you talk about long distance. I'm assuming he's here in America since you saying kisses from London.
No, I think he might be. They don't. London. They got different countries real close. It ain't like America. Like going to a different state is like going to a different.
But damn near that wouldn't be that ain't that long distance then.
But
I think that nigga is somewhere across pond.
Right? No, he's across the pond. What I'm trying to say, bitch, fuck that.
They think 2 hours is long.
That's what I'm saying. They in a long, tea, Boston tea party. Tea. Let me tell you something. One, you talking about you gonna see him more. What he do is residency, bitch. You're never gonna see this nigga,
girl. Him and that residency finna find a new bitch.
He's Muslim, and it don't sound like you Muslim. He ain't finna marry you, bitch.
Talking about he gave you your first Dior bag. Well, bitch, take that Dior bag and go find you a new nigga to get you a Chanel. The fuck?
You talk and God.
You thought you ate with that girl?
And then you been with the nigga since you was 15, 16. You said she 21. Talking about you getting annoyed because you just want to break. You want to break up with him because you grown and you ain't never been with no other nigga and you can't even fuck.
Because what the fuck is you doing with the same nigga you was with when you fucking 15, bitch? Only 1 out of every 100 high school relationships will ever be successful. You're not the one, bitch. No shade. Because if you was, the ring would already be on you.
Well, and he's Muslim, so they be into getting married real early like
you
that.
You would have been had that ring,
girl.
Bitch.
And you ain't met his family or he ain't met your family worth of... Oh, girl. I don't even... There ain't nothing to spend. You need... no, there is something to spend because she said she bad at breaking up. This is what you gonna do. You said you in a long-distance relationship any motherfucking way, so you ain't even got to see him. You better text that nigga.
Hello?
Text that...
And, I mean, I don't know how, because sometimes it's more of a, you don't want to be in the wrong type shit. So if you really so pressed about being in the wrong type shit and you don't want people to think that you just let a good man go, do some shit to make him break up with you. Like, that way you could be like, it wasn't me. Like, he just felt, But to be honest, like, you could always just, like, cheat.
Why aren't you cheating now?
Because, hey, hate to break it to you.
The nigga don't live there.
He's cheating. He's cheating on you. This is, obviously, we're supposed to be like the devil and angel on your shoulder. We're both the devil right now. We have,
cheating.
I don't even know if this is to be, I just need you to get it through your thick ass head that this relationship isn't going anywhere. So whatever I can say to get that through your thick ass skull, I'm going to say it. He's cheating on you. He doesn't love you and you don't love him. Leave that nigga today. Fuck that Dior bag.
And you acting like you gotta get a Dior back. If he was,
girl, okay.
He's not even buying you. Is he buying you a Dior every month, 2 weeks?
Mind you said that as if that was the best part of the fucking relationship, bitch. Like, oh, he treats me so well. He got me my first Dior bag, bitch. Cardi B got 800 fucking Birkins in her closet right now, and a divorce right next to it. Who gives a fuck about a goddamn bag, bitch? Is he nice?
Let me tell you something. You collect a bag from every nigga you meet. Matter of fact, I got a closet full of designer bags from niggas. And the moment I don't want to be with him no more, I leave that nigga. I got a bag right now that I just got for my birthday. Beautiful bag. Love it. Love it. I get it. It's fun to get a bag from a boy.
Get the bag.
But if the boy
getting all the bags.
If the boy's not making you happy, bruv. If the boy, you don't even sound like you're happy, mom. It sounds like it's skibbinish. God.
You need to take your fucking beans on toast and go somewhere else, bitch. I'm sick and tired of y'all thinking that the material is the emotion. You're not happy with him. Bitch, you ain't smiled in months. You probably ain't even been getting a good orgasm, bitch, because you ain't seen his ass in person. You've been wearing that fucking rose out, bitch. You didn't charge that rose more times than you should charge a rose in a motherfucking year, bitch, because you've been wearing that bitch out because you ain't been with that nigga in so motherfucking long. And I guarantee you, when you're using that motherfucking rose, bitch, you ain't even thinking about him. You thinking of the next nigga. So guess what you need to do? Go get the next nigga.
Because one thing about a rose, all you got to do is charge it overnight. That shit be charged for a month.
Bitch, you'll be charged for 3 months.
That shit be charged.
Your shit been running out of a charge for 2 weeks, bitch, because you've been dun. You know, it only take 15 seconds with the rose. No shade.
That's why I said, shit, I charge my... You only got to charge that bitch once a month, bitch. I be like, goddamn.
You get... Baby, that rose charge...
You turning up to that third. Hey, that shit will have... Body be cramping up.
Another sign that Mecca is fucking crazy. What bitch uses cycle 3 on the fucking rose setter? What the fuck? Bitch said number 3 as if we could all relate. No, bitch. That bitch be using fucking turbo. She probably be using the ones with all them type of fucking beats.
You be like,
actually, phase 1 is okay for me. Bitch.
You know, you gotta go. And sometimes you gotta rev it up. Hold up, rev it up. You start phase 1. Hold up, it's feeling. Go phase 2. Rev it up, bitch. Hold on. Yeah, but I make that battery last a whole month though. The fuck?
Mecca house be sound like a fucking lawnmower in that bitch, man. Bitch, moral of the story is
chest tight.
Ooh, listen.
Because that rose will have y'all, you don't know what the fuck happening to your damn body. You got to put that, what they said, it fuck up your sensation. You can't just fuck with the rose straight and then go to a nigga child. He get down there and feel like, well, what is you just licking and stopping and you ain't even doing it.
And that's why you need to get you a new nigga, because I know you've been fucking that rose up, bitch. And that next time you get you a nigga, bitch, you gonna be numb down there, bitch. You gonna be numb. Give it a break and go back to give that shit a break. Give that shit a break and go back to your fingers for a little while.
Let me tell you something. Before I know I'm about to get in some business, I have to come up off Rosa, bitch. Cause I don't want to hear you. I'm gonna be irritated. Get the foot you just licking and sopping and just get the fuck down there, nigga.
Where is the turbo, nigga?
Can I click on your nigga?
Where's phase 3?
I need exactly.
We gonna start slapping niggas in the side of their head to turn the volume.
Bitch, I can't even play with the rose, child. The fuck, girl, But she'll get you through when you don't have no nigga to call. I tell you that much.
Woo!
Hallelujah.
Amen. Well, I hope you heard our advice, young grasshopper. Shouts out to London. Go get you a new brev.
Go get you a new all them damn Windrush generation Jamaicans, Nigerians,
you
Cambodians, Indians, Ghanaians.
Girl.
Somalis.
You better take that dice.
You got
that dice and roll it,
every
bitch.
motherfucking diaspora out there. You better go get you a new nigga. For real.
You better work, bitch. Let's read these fucking comments. I'm fucking crying.
We're going to take a break. And we're back.
All right, y'all. Okay, so we're about to read some of y'all's amazing comments. Make sure you guys are leaving your comments. Make sure you guys are engaging with the podcast wherever it pops up. If you see a TikTok video, bitch, you better like, comment, and share it. If you see a video pop up on Instagram, same thing, bitch. If you see something pop up on your YouTube, Spotify's, whatever, you need to comment, you need to like, you need to subscribe and follow and share. Let all your friends know. We love you. All right. This is from Apple from Deja Vu. Love y'all. I enjoy listening to y'all every week. Y'all are so right about Aries men. My husband is an Aries and I'm a Scorpio. I don't know which is worse, but we work. He is younger than me by 1.5 years. Child.
Sound like what Jamila into. You see how she ain't deny it.
She said he is younger than her by 1 year. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, be a young by a couple more. JD said, Jamila crying emoji. You are all of those things. I am screaming right now. Yeah, Jamila was on a bean last week. Mims.
What was we even talking about?
When she said another emotional abuse situation, and she said she ain't want to look stupid, and you said, "Bitch, you don't be remembering a damn thing you be saying."
My bad, y'all. I don't.
Mimsy58 said, I feel y'all, especially the breakup friendship. I had the same experience as the second try, and it just didn't work anymore. Sad stuff, but necessary. Raya said, I'd be so off about what I think y'all opinions would be. LOL. We love surprising y'all, though. I love that.
You'll never know.
You'll never know. A Rose said, yes, I love this episode about friendship breakups. I've only had one big one and I always feel bad about it, but it's nice to know it's a normal thing. Love y'all. Thanks for the laughs every Thursday. Well, thank you for listening. Nene said, no, because a good nasty coat in DC gonna eat every time. On God. They're not hearing you. Brunch pre-COVID, before COVID was a thing, a good nasty coat in the wintertime. Chef Desi said, it's 80 up here in NY. Oh, because the weather?
It might be time.
Come on.
Might be time to make my way.
My way.
Okay, period. Thank you for letting us know.
For sure.
All right, y'all, let's get into some of these YouTube comments. At Kiara B777 says, friendship breakups do hurt a lot more than significant other breakups. But once that relationship is done, ain't no spinning the block. Love and light from a distance. And thanks for the memory shared. Damn, you strict, bitch. Yeah. I like that
about you, bitch.
At Master Shar says, Jamila's Drake pout is becoming a staple for her. What that mean?
When you be looking in the camera and pout and doing your lips like Drake. Yeah.
On purpose?
Well, I think it's your face, but I got what he was saying. When you be...
Oh, I just be staring into the camera. You know, I be trying to get face, baby. Anytime I'm not talking, I'm just...
Aubrey. Aubrey be trying to get that face too, bitch.
I'm crying. Yeah, I be trying to... You know, I am a child of Tyra Banks.
Did you see that?
Smiles, bitch.
Did you see that clip of that girl? Was it from Naomi Campbell? And it said, give us your best face. And she went, it was so funny.
I'm crying. Okay, this is from Doses of Precious. I am very excited for the review of Sinners next week. You better tap into my review and analysis on Jamila Bell. Thank you. And the convo about female friendships is really how I felt around some of my friends, but I couldn't put the right words. Yeah, it be like that sometimes. DFJ232 says, we love a nasty coat.
Y'all do love a nasty coat with some fur on the collar.
At Vanessa Varlack 9981. I just started the episode, but Mecca matching her couch is sending me. Child, Mecca was greened out, bitch. all Mecca was a head last week.
Melissa literally said,
just a floating head.
She had to edit it so that I wasn't blending in too much.
Yeah, she was looking like Elphaba.
Whole screen was green.
Y'all could have put something on my body to like a green screen. Shit, we should do something funny.
I'm crying. Ed Lovely K25 says, y'all, the spin it has me screaming. My favorite one so far. Well, I'm so glad you are entertained in that young lady's misery. Ed Daniel Peter 6271 says, as an empath, I felt this. Trying to get a friend to see themselves for how amazing they are is a heavy one on the spirit and starts to hurt you more than it hurts them.
How you gonna win when you came right within?
Oh, bye.
Prophetess Lauryn Hill.
Well, yes, indeed. Okay, y'all, let's get into some church announcements. Everybody buy it. Y'all, we have officially dropped our first selection of merch. So if you are a Patreon members, you actually already had your first grabs, first dibs, because we just love y'all a little bit extra. We do have mommy's favorites.
A little
yes,
discount.
we do.
Come to my push-up.
But now our merch is available for everybody. So we encourage you guys to go and, you know, get something. Of course, all the proceeds do go to us. Yes, this is not a this is not a nonprofit, but it's important to support us because this is what me and Mecca do full time. This is helping pay the bills, but also helping pay us and kind of have a return on revenue, essentially. And that's, you know, super important so that we can keep doing this and keep expanding. But also we want to create some stuff that y'all would like. We really took some time. We sent these ideas to Suki, who also does the merch for the Grits and Eggs podcast.
Suki is
she's super talented.
We literally just said, Suki, we want something cool and hot and fun.
We gave her our thoughts, and she came up with these. And she's an actual artist, y'all.
These were, I was going to say, this is not AI.
I was going to say, this is my quick little rant about how AI cannot replace our artists.
It's not going to replace the artist.
So,
AI cannot conceptualize what Suki has conceptualized for both Unhinged and Immoral and Grits and Eggs.
Exactly. So, by supporting us, you are supporting her. So,
we support the arts.
Thank you guys so much. And we'll have some more drops soon. This is just the first one, but we will have more drops coming through. We're gonna, baby, we finna run Suki thin, baby. We got some more ideas.
The artists y'all don't pay artists. Bitch, not Unhinged Immoral.
Hello.
Suki.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's got some good coochie too, child.
That's what the fuck. That's what Suki. Why would you say that, man? That's what Suki say. She says the cameras. Cut the cameras, man.
You can't say that about somebody that work for you.
Oh, not in that way. Suki, girl, you know what I meant. You probably just be giving them hell because your art's so good. Only someone with good cat could come up with art that good.
Shut up, Mecca. Shut up. Enough. This has been another amazing episode of the Unhinged and Immoral podcast. Tune in every Thursday, wherever you get your podcast.
I feel like I can't even say nothing because I'm in timeout. Well, y'all have a blessed week, okay?
Bye.
Good Lord.
Bitch, what the? Unhinged and Immoral is hosted by Jamila and Mecca.
Produced by Melissa D. Montz and Diamond MPrint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lawrence.
Production assistant by Melanie D. Watson.
Music by Audie and Brooklyn Billionaires.
And graphics by Claudia Choi.